Hello, this is Natasha Bazile coming back to you again with the results from my door knocking today. I made a few notes just so I remember everything that I need to tell you, because I wouldn't say I'm exhausted, but you know, I put in some work today and I got some exercise in at the same time. So I started at 12 noon and it's about 3 o'clock now. So yeah, I did 3 hours. Probably not the best time to go. I saw another agent's video and she went from like 4 to 7. I'm sure you get more people at that time. My only concern would be interrupting them during dinner time. So hey, up to you. But I went around this time because it's the time that works for me. And it's also President's Day, so I figured, you know, parents might be home with their kids. So that's the time that I went. I actually took door hangers. I handed out 116 door hangers. I made 17 actual contacts and spoke with people. I have, you know, more door hangers to hand out. Like I said, I went through my neighborhood, so it was cool. I got to meet several of my neighbors. I have another part of my subdivision to tackle, but I did have to stop. I have to get my daughter to ballet in a little while, and what my door hangers looked like. I brought this satchel bag with me. These were my actual door hangers. So it says hello neighbor. So I got this specifically for my neighborhood, and I got these from my local MLS store, FMLS store. So I just put my business card in there. I actually went in to the Office Depot and I got these, what do you call it, labels, and I pre-printed some additional information. So it says I can also help you with leasing and renting. Grab your free gift. I gave them my website, www.natashaknowsatlhomes.com, and I put see what clients have to say about my service. So I tried to get them with everything right here. And also about that website address, that is very long, so I've since shortened it to www.soldbynat.com. So that's just a tip for you new agents out there. So that's what my door hanger looked like. I ran into several nice people that's been here for years. Some people just moved into the neighborhood. As far as rude people, or I'll say not so nice people, I may have had about 3, and they really weren't that bad. One, this was actually really funny and you have to laugh at it. But one, I put the door hanger on the door, and then I backed up, and she came to the door. She opened the door, peeked through the door, and then hurried up and slammed the door back and locked all the doors. Okay, that was pretty odd. But what makes it so funny is her kids were outside. So if I'm really a threat, don't you think that, you know, I would have took your kids or something? Like, I don't think people really think about that, but now that I think about that. And what makes it even worse, like, her kids have been in my yard playing, you know, with my children, so whatever. And those are the things you just have to laugh at. And next, keep it moving. Okay, so I showed you what I brought, my satchel, my door hangers. I had some extra business cards. I had a bottle of water because it did get warm. While I was walking, I bought some chapstick. I guess some other things you could bring, and some mints. And I had this little notepad and a pen, and everyone that I spoke with, I wrote down their name and their address, and I'm going to follow up with these people. And my actual follow-up, you know, I'm going to send them out a card. I'm not really too sure about that, but that's going to be my next step. I'm going to make sure I follow up with these people and keep in contact with them. I'm sure I'll see them around the neighborhood, so now they have, you know, a face to the business card that they have. So as far as prep work goes, I did do a little homework before I left. I went into the MLS and I pulled the comps for my neighborhood. I pulled what was active. I printed that out. I pulled what sold, what expired, what had withdrawn. And I just wanted to have a knowledge, so if anyone started talking to me about the neighborhood, that I could talk to them about it. Only a couple of people asked me about that. Another good thing to do, which I'm also going to take this list and follow up with the expireds, They wanted to sell at one time. Maybe they still want to sell. So I'll follow it that way. That's good information. And one tip that I have is to stay focused. And why I say that is because, you know, I got so caught up on, okay, I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished. And I was talking to one lady, and she says that she is going to move to wherever she said. That kind of totally went over my head, and I told her, okay, well, if I can ever be of assistance and such, I should have kept going with the qualifying questions. So, learning lesson for next time, I'll stay focused, and I'll remember to go through the questions. One takeaway I'll get from this is that I want to get a dog, because before I could even get the door hanger on the door good, the dogs would start barking. Like, their ears are so sensitive. So, yes. Another thing, when I did go to those doors and I heard like a ton of dogs in there, I kept it moving. I didn't even wait for them to come to the door and let all these dogs out on me. That's okay. I'll just leave it on the door and keep going. One door I went to, it sounded like they had a 400-pound dog, and he like fell against the door. I don't know. It sounded like he was going to take the door down. So you know what I did? Kept it moving. Very happy that I conquered that goal. You know, the brain is a very powerful thing, and it comes up with 10 million reasons why you don't need to do it today. You need to answer that email or make that phone call or watch this TV program. But I got out there and I did it. And like I heard on the YouTube videos when I was doing my research, you know, the hardest door is your car door, or for me, my front door, actually getting out the house and going and talking to people. So once you get past that, everything else is gonna flow. I will say that I watched YouTube videos before I went out, so that kind of, you know, got my mindset right and got me pumped up to get out there and going. As far as the door hangers go, I would go put the hanger on the door and then ring the doorbell and step back. And if they came to the door, I'd introduce myself, you know, and just show them that I left them a door hanger. I think for the first couple of them, I held it in my hand and gave it to them. You know, that's what I did. And I would ring the doorbell, wait about 10 seconds. I count 10 really slow seconds. If I didn't hear any movement or anything, then I would just keep going to the next door. Honestly, some of them, especially towards the end, I was just, if there was no car in the driveway, I was just putting my hanger on the door. And, you know, kept it moving. But definitely if there was a car in the driveway, or again, if they were in the garage, or if I saw, you know, any signs or heard any movement, I went and I rang the doorbell and waited for them to come.